Focus on the future. Many people are just living their daily lives. They marry or they try to get married. They think about their job. They think about their income. They think about everything, but they don't think about the future. But the future is coming towards us. And in order to be prepared of what this future will hold for you and for me and for the whole nation and for the whole planet Earth, we really should look at the prophecies of the Bible, because the Bible is the only book that really speaks very clearly about the things that happen in the future. Jesus talks in Matthew 24 to his friends who ask him, when will we know that you come back in glory? He says, now first this will happen, then that will happen. Wars, rumors of wars, lawlessness, earthquakes, and so forth. But in the end, I will come in glory. But watch the signs of the time and be prepared. Well, one of the greatest positive signs of the end time is that Jesus says the gospel will be preached to the ends of the earth, and then the end will come. Not the end of the world, but the end of this phase of world history. And then the next phase, the phase of the kingdom, will come. And we are the generation that see it happen by mighty radio and television transmitters in practically all the languages of the world. Today, for the first time in history, the gospel is being preached to the ends of the earth. And secondly, Jesus says, watch the fig tree, meaning it's a symbol for Israel. When you see how the Jews are returning back to the promised land, and we are the generation that sees it with our own eyes. We see prophecy being fulfilled with our own eyes. When you see that happen, when there will be again a state of Israel and the Jews are returning home, then you must understand that the kingdom of God is right at hand. Now, this return of the Jews back to the land has speeded up history. It is like God is now moving the history forward more and more towards his goal, and his goal is the coming of the kingdom and the coming of the king of the kingdom. It will ultimately lead to that great fulfillment of the prophecy of Isaiah 2. And let's read it from the prophet Isaiah, because it's such a beautiful passage. Isaiah 2 verse 2, in the last days, finally, the mountain of the Lord's temple will be established as chief among the mountains. It will be raised above the hills, and all nations will stream to it. Then Jerusalem will be the center of the earth, and all nations will look to Jerusalem. And many nations will come and say, come, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord. And the mountain of the Lord is in Jerusalem, to the house of the God of Jacob. He will teach us his ways, so that we may walk in his path. The law will go forth from Zion, and Zion is Jerusalem. The word of the Lord from Jerusalem. He, when the Messiah has come, when Jesus has returned, he will judge between the nations. He will settle disputes for many nations. The result will be, they will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. These things of warfare, these military equipments, will be transformed into agricultural tools, and nation will not take up sword against nation, nor will they train for war anymore. Through everything, and we're not there yet, but one day we will be there. Then peace will flow forth from Jerusalem and cover the earth, and war will be no more, and Jesus will rule over planet Earth. What a glorious future. And you can be there if you today put your faith and your trust in Jesus.